Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com here with the weekly market recap. We'll go over SPY, Qs, IWM, Dow Jones, Tesla, AAPL, and many more names. So please hit the like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's see the charts. SPY on the weekly, as we always say, trend lines are the true support resistance for price action. Look left every time since December of 2021. Price reached this yellow trend line, it got rejected, and let's see on the coming week if we can finally break up and above this trend line. If we do, we can take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, and now we have all the levels to the upside to follow if and when price will break up above this trend line. Dow Jones, we can see that the 345 area is a very tough resistance. Now we have some kind of a double top potential scenario. We have this top, pull back, this top. Bulls need to defend the 333 area, otherwise 323 to the downside, and if the 323, 324 will fail to break, we have double top scenario all the way to the 300. IWM on the weekly, no need indicators, just by looking left we can identify the 190 area is a very strong resistance because it was a very important support. So now since May of 2022, except this breakup and then it went back down, the 190 is a very tough resistance. On the other side, on the other hand, we have a break up and above this blue trend line, doji support. Trend line became from resistance to support. Now all IWM bulls have to do is close a week above the 190. It will be a tough one for them. QQQ, once again, trend lines are the true support resistance for price action. There is no other indicator that can be more accurate than trend lines. Know your trend lines, in-depth candlestick analysis, and Fibonacci also can help us to identify support resistance area. Now let's see bulls of the QQQ breaking up and above this trend line towards the 290 and maybe even towards the 300, but until they do, it's still bearish sentiment. Bitcoin on the weekly, very strong week, very strong 2 weeks, finally breaking above this trend line. Let's see continuation towards the 25k, above the 25k, 27,700 will be the next resistance to keep our eyes on. Ethereum also trying to gain some momentum to the upside, but 1680 is a very tough resistance for Ethereum bulls. Breaking above, we can assume with high probability 2050 and maybe even 2500 will be the next major resistance because it was a very important support and resistance since 2021 and during 2022. Oil, crude, trying to break above this area. We can see bouncing between the 71 towards the 81, now trying to gain some momentum to the upside. So the next level of resistance will be the 87.30. Only by looking left. Once again, repeating myself because this is only candlestick analysis, price action. This is not rocket science. 87 will be the next major resistance because it was a very important support. Apple and the weekly doji, 2 consecutive dojis of this trend line, bounce, continuation towards the 138. Price is now at the 138 because as resistance, because 138, May of 22, June, September, October was support, now resistance. Let's see continuation on Apple to the upside towards this orange trend line, and if this trend line will break to the upside, we have the levels all the way up towards this white trend line. Tesla still in a steep downtrend, closely watching this orange trend line. I want price to break up and above, at least closing 1 week above this trend line, prefer above the 140 also, and then we can consider going long. We trade the chart, not the FOMO. And yes, Tesla came all the way from 100 to 133. It's a 33% to the upside, but if we look at the potential to the upside, it's much bigger. So we trade the chart and the candles and not the FOMO. Netflix, continuation to the upside inside a very clear uptrend. Let's see continuation towards the 400 together with this upper trend line, the 400. Look left, it will be a very tough resistance for the bulls. NVDA, continuation to the upside and finally breaking up and above this major trend line that goes all the way to November 2021. Rejection of price action during March and April 2022. Also here during last December, and now finally breaking up above. I want to see continuation towards the 188 and above it. And then if you are a pattern trader, you can see a clear head and shoulders, but Fibonacci traders, we don't trust patterns, we trust candlesticks and Fibonacci levels. And now we have this low and we have a higher low. Now we are long above this blue trend line, managing risk with the Fibonacci levels. TAN Solar ETF, great example of why we always need to look left and try to identify support and resistance areas and trend lines. And as we can see, this trend line that started over January of 21, each and every time price reached this trend line to the penny, it got rejected. And also now this trend line together with the 83 area rejection, I want to see at least 1 week a close above this area. Maybe 3 or 4 days is enough. It will be enough for me, depends on the momentum. Closing above this area, we can go long. But remember, everything you see and hear on this channel and on my videos is for educational purposes only. Never follow blindly anyone on social media, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp, Discord, paid or free services. Learn, educate yourself, but always remember to do your own due diligence. So it was a short weekly recap video. I hope you find it helpful. Please hit the like and subscribe. Turn on notification bell so you don't miss any other future videos. Until the next video, stay safe.